In this video, we're going to take a function and evaluate it with another function. So it's going to be g of f of x. Normally, we're used to taking, say, like g and doing like g of 3. In that case, we'd plug in the 3 into the x value here and then evaluate it. But in this case, we're going to take a whole expression and plug it into a function. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to start with g. So that's the function that we're going to use, x squared minus 4, and then we're going to plug in f of x. So that's going to be our input, just like our 3 is our input. So f of x is 2x minus 3. So that's what I'm going to plug in right there. And then we simplify it. So 2x minus 3 squared means that we're going to take 2x minus 3 and multiply it by itself. And then we still have that negative 4. It could be easy to forget about that, so don't. We've got, say, 2x times 2x, so let's do the distribution. That'll be 4x squared. 2x times negative 3, that's going to be negative 6x. And then we'll take negative 3, multiply it by 2x. Negative 6x, and then negative 3 times negative 3, which will be positive 9, and then at the end we still have that minus 4, so put that down. We have 4x squared, and that can't be combined with anything over here, so we're going to rewrite it in the beginning. That's done. So now if we have negative 6x here, and then we have another negative 6x, we combine those two like terms, we're going to get negative 12x, and then if we have 9 minus 4, that's just going to be positive 5, and that's our final answer. So that's what g of f of x is, and that will be our final answer. Okay, now we've got a new problem. We want to find f of g of negative 2, and this is a little different from our last one because we're actually evaluating our input function. So in this case, I like to just find our innermost part first. So that's going to be g of negative 2. So over here, I'm going to do g of negative 2. I'm going to write my g function, which is going to be x squared minus 4, but I'm plugging in a negative 2 into this function, so this x becomes negative 2, and I'll plug that in just like that, and then I'll simplify it. So negative 2 squared is 4, and then we got minus 4, so that's actually going to be 0. I'll say that this is going to be my blue part, and now since we know that g of negative 2 equals 0, we could actually write this part, again, f of g of negative 2, we could change that and just write 0. Okay. If we do f of 0, we just write the f function, which is 2 times x minus 3, and then this x is 0. Plug that in and then simplify. So 2 times 0 is just 0, minus 3. 0 minus 3 is negative 3. So that's what my final answer is going to be. F of g of negative 2 is going to equal negative 3. Now that's a little bit different, like I said, compared to the one that we did up here. We had g of f of x, so I recommend writing this first function that you see on the left and then plugging in this one that you use as the input, and then just simplify things. But on the second one, because we actually had a value that we are going to evaluate g with, it's usually easiest to just evaluate this input first, g of negative 2, and then substitute that value, like we found over here was 0, substitute that into our function, and then evaluate, which gave us our answer of negative 3.